now that we're back from the track, and the Camaro still runs, and it went mildly well, there are a few things I want to do to it in order to get it ready for the next one. So let's check this out. So I definitely need to do a transcooler. It does not have a transcooler at all. Right now the lines are looped. Big no-no, if you will, but it works. I mean, the fluid's not cooked yet. Made a couple of passes. Love to do 85 in that time. Catch can would probably be nice. Two probably for sure. Actually, I know for sure because we're going to do those now, is the boost controller and the two-step. So it'd be really nice to have the two-step and a consistent launch. Coming off the line with the two-step, I can hold it at RPM. I won't get the consistency where once I launched at almost 3,500, and then the second time I launched at like 3,000. That really hurt the time that second run, as well as getting the boost controller set up will help with the inconsistency. And I still don't know why it only made 8 pounds a second run. I love to do an expansion tank and a battery relocation because they kind of go hand in hand on where I want to stick it. So I want to pull the battery out and do the expansion tank there. A bigger radiator fan. Pull this guy out and put, Durrell has I think it's 2000 CFM fan. This one's only 1200. So just anything to help because it still kind of gets a little bit warm. So for now, I'm going to finish hooking up this solenoid because it is sitting not wired in. We're going to finish wiring it in to this harness, and then we're going to take and pull the e-brake up, and I'm just going to wire the two-step on the e-brake for now. The Ricer math online is telling me this car makes somewhere around 500 horsepower to the tire. If you factor in this is a T-top car with leather seats, that's around 3,500 pounds from what I found on the internet. And then with like a 96 mile an hour trap speed, you plug that into a little calculator, and it's about low 500, high 400 to the tire, which I am okay with. That is great. So all we can do is go faster, right? Right. We are getting there. So I got the console mostly pulled out. I can get to the wire and probably pop it and pull it out and over and splice it in. Or I might just pull this whole console out. Because if I pull that entire console, I'm probably not putting back in. At least until I do a new shifter. That's one thing I want to do as well. So this factory shifter, actually let me sit in there and I'll explain it to you a little bit. Okay, so we can see the factory shifter. Look at it up nice and close. You can see it just has these little ridges this thing rides on. So it's easy, see that? So there's first gear. Second. Third. So that's why I was able just to easily push it into third, while on the track just, boop, it likes third. So you barely just gotta pop second. I think it's time for me to get a ratchet shifter as well. I guess we'll see with time and money. That is why I did that. It's because it is super simple to just shove it up. So the only thing I'm worried about putting the two-step on the e-brake is that it can rest like that, and that will activate the two-step. I'll have to ensure that it's pushed down, which I might just program the screen to show me when the two-step is activated so that I make sure I get that slapped down. But if it's really that big of a deal, I can put it on a button. So I just finished getting this all wired up. So I got a little splice just connecting up to the wire that is actuated by the e-brake right there on the bottom. So it's a ground. And we got the boost controller set up. The wires are hooked up. Just imagine you can see those. I'm going to take and load my tune up. We will open the door and we'll see if two-step actually works or not. I had to go through and load some parameters into the IOs. Alright, our tune is loaded up. So in the center now it says trans brake. I guess it's the moment of truth. Let's see, so I should be able to pull this up and it should activate. Hey. So if I push it down, off. So now I can use my e-brake as a trans brake. Alright, first two-step. It is set at 2,000 RPM. Holy crap. That was 3,500. Alright, let's try and gear. so I had to put that away. I had to put the car away. That is so loud. So loud. That's okay. So it made like 2.5 pounds of boost, almost 3 pounds. I think it was like 2.6 or 7. I don't know. You'll see. But I can work with that. So that is no ignition timing pulled at all. So we'll go in, we'll pull just a low ignition timing, but that is deafening loud, especially with no load on it. Holy crap. This is going to be awesome. All right, let's try this new launch out. That took a while, but 6 pounds. Let's try it without it loaded. Goodness, need to work on that. Alright, I just uploaded the new map with the boost controller. I'm controlling it through the nitrous. So, we'll see if we can hear it. I don't know if you can hear that. We'll go out and test it. And crap, I didn't think of this, so there it is on. Trans brake's on. As soon as I dump the trans brake, it turns off with the trans brake. Easy fix. Just annoying. I'll get that fixed. So when I get to 50% throttle, you should be able to hear it. Hopefully you can hear that. Sweet, it works. So I'm actually going to cheat because these boost solenoids only operate at a duty cycle of like 20 or 25 above. So I'm going to test it dry firing at first. So I had it set at 50. I'm going to take it down to 20 or 25. And then we'll go from there. And I'll start my boost. From there I'll probably add like 5 or 10% on top of that. So we're going to do that. Save it. So that it'll input it. I can still hear it. Save it. Still hear it. It might not be doing really much at that point. You know, I'm going to cycle the key just in case. So I hear it, 17%. It might not really be doing much. We'll try 10. Something like that. 12% says it's still doing. The noise is there, but it's not loud. So here at 6%, it says, nope, not firing. I can't make this up. So I went to pull out of the driveway, and the Camaro ran out of gas. I guess I need to put a gas gauge or pay closer attention to what's actually in the fuel tank. So, guess I'm gonna go get some gas while that sits there. All right, so we're gonna try first gear. That way, if something goes wrong, it's only first. All right, here goes nothing. Breakup. Hopefully you can hear that. Good news is it has gas. Well, I'm trying to think of the best way to tell you this. After further review, the only real explanation after watching the video back and then figuring out to go look at the log, I ran it right into the rev limiter. There was no cut other than it was just hitting the rev limiter. at like 7,200 RPM. So I guess I'll try again. It hit 10 pounds as it was smashing the rev limiter, so I don't know if the boost controller is doing anything. I'm going to test it again, maybe make some adjustments and go back out, maybe add a little bit more. And the car felt great. Just one of those things I was paying attention to boost and air fuel, making sure that they were staying perfect and one wasn't going to spike, and hopefully air fuel ratio wasn't going to be all over the place. It stayed pretty well. I just overlooked the RPM gauge, I guess. Let's try this again. Added a little more on top of it. Hopefully it works. Alright, so I figured this out. Kind of a dumb moment, but still, whatever, you know? But check it out. So, say we're up on the trans brake, right? So, let's turn it off. So I'm giving it throttle, but nothing from the nitro stage is turning on. Well, let's turn on the two-step. Ta-da! Now we got 54%. So I just have it set up backwards, and I just need to flip that around so it works. I should probably just shut it off so I have both boost during launch and during the pole going down the track. There we go. Now it's working and I should get full boost. Frickin' rookies, man, I swear. Alright, so before we go out on this next pole, I was a little worried now that it's working that it might make more boost. And so I sat down and figured out the math. I know it's kind of skewed because it hasn't made boost yet off of the solenoid, so your numbers are going to be a little bit skewed until you get into that and you actually figure it out. But from what I figured out, it should be like 11 and a half pounds mathematically, based off of finding out when the solenoid actually turns on versus where I went. I went to 31%, and that should give me like a pound and a half to start out with, and then we can go from there. Beautiful. That was a great pull. Let's check it out. All right, so that poll showed that math is amazing. So it made 10.9 pounds. I didn't ride it all the way out. That was about 6,000 RPM. So it probably would have just held that pretty flat. I couldn't ask for more, so I'm going to turn it up even more now that I got a base and know where to go. Probably throw another 15 or 20% duty at it, and it should be pretty dang close to where I want it. All right, moment of truth, I guess. You guys are in for a treat. Let's see. Second gear, holy crap. Pretty sure I ran it right into the rev limiter again. Might as well test the two-step. Alright, so now the Camaro is making over 13 pounds of boost. It's about 13 and a half, which is perfect. Well, not really. I'm going to go ahead and turn it up at 1 more pound, but it's at least doing what it should, and that's all I'm asking for. It's running really strong, it's pulling hard. The tune is pretty spot on. Actually, fairly spot on. A couple quick adjustments, no big deal. So I'm just going to add a couple more percent to that wastegate duty cycle, and it'll be set. Oh, also, it only took 6 seconds to make 6 pounds of boost on the two-step. That big improvement to the 12 seconds that first time. We'll just keep chipping away at that. Hopefully I can get it down to a couple seconds so I don't really have to sit on it too long. Huge improvement. The car's going to be night and day difference next time I go back out.